It has been so long since Ghost Recon Breakpoint has gotten an update, and Ubisoft just announced, really low-key, but they did announce that there is an update coming to Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and it's actually coming Wednesday, April 5th, 2022. So this patch is really focused on just fixing things, and it really is bleak. It is only about 2 to 3 gigabytes, and there's really no content being added whatsoever. So I'll leave the notes in the description for you guys, but overall, like I said, it's just a bunch of bug fixes with the AI teammates, animation, clipping, customization, gameplay, missions, things like that. I'm just listing off the things in the patch notes, but overall, you're not getting anything like new missions, new weapons, anything like that. It's just bug fixes, and it overall shows that what we've all been seeing, that this Ubisoft really is unfortunately not paying the most attention, in the kindest words I can say, is not really paying too much attention to Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now that's partly because probably Ghost Recon is focused on Frontline, and even that has caught a lot of flack for not going to third person, has actually gone first person, because it almost is, it feels like to most of the players, a kind of a rehash of like Warzone and all the other battle royales out right now, but also it has its own feel. It's Ghost Recon, but still they're focusing on Frontline, it seems like, and obviously that's good if you like PvP like me, but it's also a game that's not out. You can't talk about it. I've had videos literally taken off YouTube because you can't talk about it, and overall it just sucks because they obviously have a great game in Breakpoint and the PvP and the PvE, and it's just not getting the developing focus that that the game should have. Now I don't know if this is a rumor or just something that's actually confirmed, but it seems like the lack of content for Ghost Recon has been because most of the team and the staff kind of was just, I don't know if they were let go or moved to different games or whatever, but the focus clearly shifted off, and there was a skeleton crew remaining with this game, unfortunately. And really it seems like what they're working on, and what they've been working on for half a year, is just fixing like a weird arm glitching through a body of a character, or a gun doing something it wasn't supposed to, and things like that, which is all great, and shout out to the developing team for doing that. But it seems like the resources aren't there, and they're focusing on things where a normal good quality game that came out wouldn't have to deal with 6 months of no content and just fixing things that are in the game when they've been there this whole time. So it sucks, because I'm sure there's the passion from developers there, or at least some, that want to put out a good game. I mean, that's why they're in the gaming industry, but it just seems like obviously the resources aren't there. Now, I'm a big advocate for PvP, obviously, and I want, obviously, updates for the game in PvP, but it has been years now, I think, since PvP has gotten an update. But even seeing a patch coming out with nothing for the PvE people in the story mode, it really is kind of like shocking. I mean, it's not shocking, but it's like, wow, they didn't even come out with anything for the story mode, at least even like a mission. So it is kind of just showing that they're not really doing a lot with this game. And even so, I couldn't find anything on like the Ghost Recon website, or not the Breakpoint, the Ubisoft website. I think it was just on some forum that they linked from their tweet, unless I'm wrong there, but I feel like it was a lot easier to find patch notes in the past, and this one was really only at one little forum. So I don't know if that's like them trying to be like, hey, nothing's coming out really, so don't really try and get excited for it, or if they're almost like ashamed. At least that's what it feels like, but I'm sure it's more like, yeah, they don't want to make it seem like there's anything coming out in the update, but it also seems like they're ashamed of it, like by just kind of like hiding it out there. With the date that Ghost Recon Breakpoint launched back in, I think, 2019 now, in the stage of where the game should be now, they should be focused on adding content for PvP, like new missions, world events that are either live or not live, but just dynamic events in the world, big bosses, even the new island that hasn't been explored, is all things just for the story mode that could be insane. Like, we all probably really loved the Rebel event, more events like that in the story mode could really even bring a PvP player into it, because there's a big kind of fight and a big large-scale warfare on the actual map, kind of similar to Wildlands, but obviously Wildlands still had its problems in it. But obviously it would make a bigger advanced game in Ghost Recon Breakpoint if they were in that stage of development. But unfortunately, it seems like, I don't even want to say, I guess we can say they're stuck and not fully dead. I mean, there obviously is some development happening, but I mean, most people you ask will probably be like, yeah, it's dead. I mean, but overall, this game set itself up for all these type of events, even with the new island that's never been explored, but they're just not utilizing their assets, and I think that's probably because there's not people there to utilize the assets. They're just not putting the resources back there. But even after all of that, that's just one side of the game in the story mode. The PvP could have extra content with guns, live events, or even tournaments that could have gone into maybe esports area type thing, but overall nothing obviously came to fruition, and that's just because it looks like the team focused on Frontline, which is a completely different game, especially when it's Tom Clancy. It's kind of not, it's first person, it's not third person, so obviously it's Ghost Recon, but it seems like I would have put a completely different team on that and had the other team working on the game I launched so that it would be really good. But you know, I'm not in the gaming industry like that, so maybe I don't know what to, maybe they're on some alpha Chad moves and we just don't even know what's going on. The NFTs are the first part of the alpha Chad, just, you know, Sigma male type energy, but I obviously think everyone knows that Ubisoft has really just let the ball drop with this game, and unfortunately the potential that's there is just not being used, and the update is absolutely tiny. So if you were hoping for some big news with it, unfortunately you got mobile games on your phone that are bigger than this update, so that kind of sucks. But I mean, for you that are still enjoying the game, I'm glad you are. I've kind of moved away from it, but I still really like this game. And it's just the fact that there's not new stuff there, so it's a game to come back to, have a great time on. But obviously, you know, it's just it's been there for a while with no new changes, so unfortunately it's just kind of stale, and they need to really bring that potential to fruition instead of just focusing on Frontline. But we also got that to look forward to, I guess, and maybe some future updates if they're doing maintenance. But at least hopefully this will fix the server problems that a lot of people have been having in both games, in Wildlands and in Breakpoint, because usually when they fix the servers, that's when these problems go away. Anyways guys, that's really all I got for you. I truly love Ghost Recon, and I wish there was better like news to deliver you guys, like, oh, crazy new maps, or I mean, that's one thing we didn't even talk about. New maps for PvP would be awesome, but it doesn't look like we could be getting that, at least from the patch notes. Maybe we'll get stuff that wasn't in the patch notes, but I really don't think so, unfortunately. But like, yeah, I wish we were getting stuff. But I mean, at least for the people still playing this game, you guys will be getting better servers, so hopefully you guys can just log on a little better. But maybe in the future we'll get stuff for content, but I don't know. Right now they're really not really talking that much, I guess, so you could say they're not updating a lot on what's to come. So we'll see. We know they have stuff to use. Will they use it? We'll see. But even though Ghost Recon really has nothing for you, over here on this channel we always got something for you. So if you enjoyed today's video, definitely hit that subscribe button. Check out our Discord. We're always trying to grow us over there too, and we're always live on Twitch, so if you want to check us out live, definitely check us out there. But that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you next time.